Yo, yo, yo. We live.
Right now.
Get everybody in before we dive into the source. Let's get everybody in. Bear with me a sec, guys. I'm just sending it out to everybody. Give us a second, guys.
Yes. No, I think we're both on the same boat with that. Definitely. Okay. No problem. Okay, cool.
We're live. I'm just going to do it from here because it can't be asked. Can't be asked.
One of them ones?
Yeah, it's one of them.
Ah, why not? What's good, guys? One of them ones, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, let me get a chair, bro. Oh.
Three arrows. Yo, who we got? Who we got in the room? Oh, like I've just cut and pasted the wrong thing into this.
Oh, bro. Bro, what's good, AJ? What's good, Devon?
Hey, how are you guys?
Oh, why can't I hear anything? Oh, no wonder my
You got your
Bluetooth headphones are on.
Bro,
What a Joey.
is that your new pair?
Yeah, hopefully I won't lose them.
Man, how much pairs you going through this year again, bro?
7.
We've got to get this documented. Is it being recorded?
Yeah.
7 pairs in a year, bro.
Fastest now is 3 pairs in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Not even a month?
Not even a month.
How much in a month?
In a month. Don't know. It goes in phases, isn't it?
That's insane.
Yo, can you hear us now?
Should we share camera? How's it going, guys? I got around my throat. I got a little dent in it.
No, I can't hear anybody.
Who's talking, though?
Oh, yeah, everyone's muted, shame.
All right.
That makes sense. Let's just send this out.
Yeah, today's a funny one, man. This episode's going to be funny.
Yeah, people were playing. Let's post this.
For everyone that's in here right now, just let you guys know we've got an incredible networking event, 26th. It's going to be insane. Got some crazy individuals spitting some crazy game, including ourselves. And it's going to be really great. So look out for that one. If you haven't seen it already,
Hear that? Hear that?
Yeah.
I'm at Matthew Mint.
What's goody? Say hello. Sweet.
Break down today. Okay. What's good, gang? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna get rocking and rolling in literally. Give us a second. Right, let me just do disclaimer. Disclaimer. Protect yourself, protect your neck, protect your ass with a disclaimer. Oh, sick, because then if you jump in on the Zoom on here, then I can just like share screen on mine or share screen on yours. We can bounce back and forth.
Cool. I don't want people to see my tabs though. My tabs are
they are pretty brazy.
yeah, I'm gonna have to make a whole new window, bro. I can't allow people to see all of these tabs because they're gonna really see what I've got.
That's all right.
Apologies. All right, cool. Yeah, we're in here. You ready?
We're out here. Sick.
We doubled up.
Cool. Let's get this disclaimer done.
Okay.
Get this show on the road. Co-host. Bang.
Sweet.
Okay, so all our content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets, or place any trades. Please do your own research. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investments, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. If you got bills to pay, don't be investing. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor. We are not professional financial advisors. Keish, are you a professional financial advisor?
I do not have that piece of paper. No, I do not.
No, I do not have that piece of paper either. We are financial edutainers. We are not even financial educators, I don't think, because I think you might need a license to do that.
Exactly.
We just say things, then they happen. We just research things and share it with the public. So please research and verify any information you may find on our show that you wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. Although one of the biggest things that we did put out there is that, you know, I think it was October, November, we put it out there that certain cryptos will go down for about 20K or below. People thought we were wilding.
Yeah, everyone thought
we sold out of our Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know what's a bit annoying though? We did sell out of our Bitcoin and Ethereum to go into the alts. And unfortunately, the alts, not all of them took off. Some of them did. Some of them, like my Kaiba, did well, but not all of them banged the way that they did. So we are actually missing an alt season and an alt run. But we're going to talk about that today. But anyway, back to us not being financial advisors. It's just financial coincidences, we should call ourselves. We are not financial advisors and do not intend to be perceived or received as financial advisors. However, we are working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. So if you're unable to mitigate your risk, then contact us immediately so we can refer you to an accredited financial advisor. That'd be mad if that's Elliot now, you know. Okay. Cool. So let's get into it. So who we got with us today? We got Dr. Hakeem, we got Deco, we got Devon, we got Matthew, we got Janaea, we got AJ. Shout outs to AJ for joining us as per usual, the original OG. So let's go to news. So we've been slacking on the news. I'm not gonna lie. Just because we've been busy. Like if the news is lacking, that's because we be busy. We be real busy. But the ultimate place where you will get news is on our Twitter. So let's go to our Twitter and see what news we put on the Twitter. Hold up. This is all my Celsius stuff at the moment. Let me see if there's actually news that we've posted. No. Oh yeah, sorry, got to share this because I thought it was a mad troll. Let's just go here. Let us know when you can see the screen. Is that Elliot? Boom. So this is a tweet from CZ that I found hilarious. So it's not easy saying no to Super Bowl ads. It's not easy saying no to stadium naming rights. It's not easy saying no to large sponsorship deals a few months ago, but they did. And now they're hiring for 2,000 open positions at Binance. I think that's a bit of an indirect shot at some other crypto players that are just firing people. Pretty much most platforms are firing people at this moment in time. June 14th, we had MasterCard bringing its payments to Web3 and NFTs, which is a big one. And then one from NFT Fridays, which we have to go over, is this is mad. Thank you. That is how you spell. Tag in it. Yeah, it is. Here it is. This news is mad. Shout out Storm for getting this news for us.
What? That's what they're on. That's what they're on.
Now, do you know why this is annoying? You know why this is really annoying? I'm gonna have to stop sharing because I need to just find something that I've just sent in an email, and you're gonna be like, nah. No, I believe the universe has ideas that it wants executed, and it gives it to multiple people at multiple times. It's just a case of whoever acts on it.
That's 100 right there.
Any ideas you have, someone will receive that idea.
Yeah, all ideas are everyone's until somebody acts upon it.
Yeah, 100%. We're all connected in that way. So I just want to share something that we sent for a client. I got to go to the drive and do this.
Did you just show us this NFT watch, by the way?
Yeah.
You can do that on your Apple iWatch, but it's not actually an NFT. It's just a PNG you're saving on your screen.
Now this is actually connected to the blockchain. So it's a different league. Hopefully, I can share this. There we go. I've got to be very careful.
Be careful with that. Even that,
Okay.
bro.
Oh,
Oh, you're not even on Mac, bro.
No, Terry, just
let me screenshot it from here.
I can pull it, though. I can pull it.
Wait, I got it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect. There you go. That's what you need to do. No, pull up now. Close it off fully.
Off this.
Yeah, the whole thing. No, yeah. There you go.
And now go to it.
Yeah.
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 So imagine in a proposal we did for a client a while ago.
Look at that, guys.
That is mad. That is actually mad. We proposed for a client that we was going to build an NFT display watch.
And now look.
And now there's one out.
There you go. Funny how it works.
That is... You gotta move fast. You gotta move fast. If you don't execute, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. What up, Terrell? Thanks for joining us. Big shout to man like Elliot in the building today.
He came in.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
IRL.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. The office is open to anybody that wants to make an IRL feature on the game. Obviously, you get a little bit more insight into Wagwan and what's happening there. In fact, because he was there, because he came, let me just show him who that little piece was for.
Oh, you going? Oh, okay.
Yeah. If he's here, innit, he gets privilege, innit. You get privilege. You get behind the scenes, stuff. But let's just let the audience
when you read it,
react.
Scream it. Let's just see his face as well. Yeah. So yeah, you see that right there, bro? Let's catch his face live. Yeah,
Oh, same.
understand?
Should have been there, people.
So yeah. Things are going, innit?
Yeah.
Things are going. Things are moving. You get me? Yeah, them ones there. So let's go to the news. Blockchain Sensei Instagram. Let's see if there's any other news that we can find before we get into the sticky icky
It's
of what's
about
going
to
on
get
with
mad.
Celsius and these fraudsters there. So big shout out to Zishan and to DLT Lounge for putting this together for us. Why is it not
We've
showing on my
got
screen?
incredible speakers, like I said, at this event. Oh yeah, pull it up. Your big inside information on multiple businesses. I'm talking Amazon, FBA, understanding acquisitions in businesses, breakdown of NFTs, like the deep dives on the DeFi, you know who's going to be doing that, and all of crypto. Just really great, incredible information on properties and just learning how to, like, it's a great environment to network and build connections. These guys are very, very well connected, and not just in the UK. So yeah, it's an incredible event to be at. It's going to be good vibes. You know, we've got the bar on the side. So yeah, just come through. Yeah, ticket links in our bio. Check it out. And yeah, it's going to be great.
Boom, boom, boom. Other news that we post. Oh yeah, I posted this in the NFT Fridays. I'm gonna quickly run on it now, but go and watch NFT Fridays to get the real breakdown of what I'm about to say. So the key thing here with this image is understanding the market cap change versus the floor price change. So let's just keep this metaphor really simple, right? You buy a house and the house has it's just a bare house, right? And you then get an extension on that house. The original price you paid for the house was 200K. Your extension now makes the house probably what, 250K, right? But there's a flood on the road, so the price of everyone's house goes down, but has the value of your extension gone down? No. So how much should your house actually be worth? Still 250K, right?
You just want to get that for it.
But because of the flood on the road, the houses on your road are now selling for an average of 100K. So your house right now is a crazily undervalued asset. This simple maths equation is exactly the way that you need to look at every investment.
Yeah.
And this is it. All Warren Buffett does is he finds companies where their actual intrinsic value has increased and the value stayed the same, but the market is overreacting. So let's say, for example, here, the market cap is the total amount of money and value locked inside of it. So we can see CryptoPunks, the value is 1.97, right? And the market cap's gone down by 13%, and the floor price has gone down by 1.8%. So that means that these are still technically overvalued because the market cap's gone down more than the price. Now, let's look at one that's a little bit cheaper. We got this one here, the Sandbox Land, is now 1 ETH. So the market cap has gone down 45%, but the price has gone down 36%. So it's kind of balancing out a little bit. So let's go to one that's a bit wild. So let's see one where the value of the floor price has gone down further than the market cap. So we've got ones like Other Deeds. So we can see the market cap has gone down 23%, but the actual floor price has gone down 40%. So what does that mean? Is that an overreaction or what's going on? Now, on top of this, you have to also bear in mind that the price of ETH has gone down. So that's already a 400%. Like if ETH was 4K and it's now going to be $4,000, that's already the price valuation should have changed. Technically, the floor price of the amount of ETH that it's selling for shouldn't really change.
Yeah.
But this is what we're seeing happening in the NFT space. So I just thought I'd use that analogy because it's one we went over in a lot more detail on NFT Friday. So make sure you plug into that. It was also Ninja's actual birthday. He was also joined by man like Seji, Summer, and man like Will popped into the office, do some interning. It was an absolute vibe. And yeah, so that's the news. So let's get into the meat and the juice. So most of this stream of consciousness is on the Blockchain Sensei Twitter. Can you go to the Blockchain Sensei Twitter on there? And then I will read out my notes from here. Okay, so by now we've all heard of Celsius and we've all heard of Terra Luna. Now, here's something that we've definitely put out there before, because I'm going to find the exact post which sums up that all this beef and all these stable coins getting murked was inevitable.
Yeah.
Absolutely inevitable. Because what I want you to do whilst we're talking about all this stuff today is I want you to think like you're watching an episode of Power or like you're watching an episode of The Sopranos or something with big gangsters, right? So in this movie, the biggest gangsters on road, who would we say they are? Which asset management company that we always talk about that begins with B are the biggest gangsters on road? Type in chat who you think that big gangster is. They begin with B. There's a B, and then there's a V. Any ideas?
I'm typing.
Can you put Batman?
Batman.
Brother.
Why can't I find this post? Was it that long ago that they announced it? Oh, wow. Okay. So it is BlackRock.
We got
What answers did we have? Batman, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin,
We had two people saying BlackRock. Okay.
BlackRock.
So one thing we made, I thought we made it public, but maybe it's not as public as we thought. Maybe we need to reiterate this, is that BlackRock made a £400 million investment into Circle. And what does Circle own? USDC stablecoin. So what do we expect to happen to all of the ops?
buyout.
We expect some drive-bys. As soon as that gets announced, it's not stablecoin season, it's stay in your house season. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's the first bit, is these man don't want no competitors, let alone a guy from Korea trying to say that he's running a US stablecoin. That can't run on this block.
Yeah.
Them things don't run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
It's just straight beef and just gangster shit. That's all it is. So this is what we have to understand is happening and has happened and is going to continue to happen. So who is USDC's other big op? They've taken out UST, so now there's only one other op left to take out. USDT. So we know something's coming for them real soon. And I've been saying something's coming for them for a long time. So Keisha, if you do us the honors and go to the Twitter.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm on the wrong thing, man.
USDD as well is not pegged at the moment as well, and hasn't been for a while.
USDD, who's that one with?
That's Tron.
Tron.
Tron's a mess, bro.
Tron's a mess anyway.
Well, it's another Tether one, isn't it? No, not Tether. Sorry, the one that just tanked. It's another algorithmic coin, isn't it?
Yeah. Tron is a mess though, bro.
These algorithmic.
A lot of people are saying they're short in Tron.
Tron ain't got no liquidity, bro. How you gonna,
Yeah, I know.
how you gonna short it?
Oh, what? Don't short it.
They ain't got no liquidity, bro.
So first of all, let's start off with what are people's opinions of a crash? I want you to type in chat if you think a crash is good or if you think a crash is bad.
Can everyone see my screen, right?
So type in chat what you think. It's not a trick question. Yeah, depends on what side you're on. Exactly that. So, in my opinion, I think a crash is good.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I think a crash is good is because it cleans out the crap.
Yeah.
Think of a crash as unplugging the plug from your dirty bathwater.
Yeah.
That's all that's happened. Is we're unplugging the plug from the dirty bathwater. Now, the financial markets, not just crypto, but all markets in general, have had a lot of dirty water for a long time.
Yeah.
Since we started the game, I've been saying that there is a lot of companies on the stock market that have been going up that aren't increasing their revenue.
Yeah.
Now, all in all, when you're investing in a business, what are you investing in?
Revenue.
A business. And what does a business need to do? Make money.
Yeah.
If it's not increasing its revenue, why is its share price going up?
Yeah.
Why is it going up 40%? That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So if your revenues are not going up, that's bad. But if your profits aren't going up as well, that's terrible. Most of the S&P 500 has been in that situation because what happens is people blindly invest in just the S&P 500. And that means all of those funds go to all 500 of those companies,
Yeah.
and all of them rise.
Yeah.
All of them rise, but they're not all equal.
Yeah.
So eventually, it's gonna.
The scales are not.
Yeah, it's gonna collapse. It's gonna
Yeah.
implode on itself, and that's what's happening now. And this is why a crash is good. So the next thing is that a crash brings in regulation. Now in crypto, why do we need regulation? We need regulation so that the institutions get involved. If we think we've seen money get involved in crypto so far, we ain't seen nothing. Nothing. Right. Once regulation is in place, the institutions will come flying in. If we think all the banks in the world are in crypto right now, they're not. Only the big bad boys like BlackRock, Vanguard, HSBC, they're messing around with it. But all the smaller banks like Metro Bank, like all these small banks in all these other countries, in Indonesia, in Manila, they're not really messing with it yet, but they need regulation to do it. So what is causing the deaths? It's leverage and over leverage. So when will this end? Once a major top 10 cryptocurrency is gone to zero. So let's go to the crypto coin market cap or CoinGecko, because I know you're a CoinGecko guy.
I'm a CoinGecko, man. You see? Which one comes up?
You're a CoinGecko guy. So let's take some guesses at which top 10 cryptocurrency we think will go to zero. So let's go to the top 10. So number 1 is Bitcoin. Nah, that's not going to zero in my opinion.
No.
Number 2, Ethereum. Nah. Number 3, Tether.
It's not even $1 right now, bro. Look at the price.
Yeah, that one could. Oh, the next two.
Look at the chart.
Yeah. So if UST, yeah, that's not a stable coin. That doesn't look very stable.
This ain't stable, bro.
At all.
Yeah, that's a big range.
Okay, maybe on a macro scale, but bro,
yeah, that's not good.
That's not stable.
So
bro.
let's go back out to the top 10. Oh wait, the market cap of UST is what's the market cap? USDT 68 billion. So
0.8.
let's just see what happens. That's who my money is on.
Guys, never sleep on the volume on stable coins.
Never.
Never ever sleep on the
That's how
volume.
they're making their money.
That's where the money's at.
Okay, so next, what I want to do is let's just go to actually I'll go to a chart later on. But I personally think in the grand scheme of things, we're only halfway down. In fact, you know what? I'm going to share my screen.
Cool.
Let me share my screen. I think out of the overall dip, we're halfway down of where we're actually going down to. So you can see my screen here. So what makes me say this and how I work this out is because the golden rule, if in doubt, zoom out. So just move this over here. So right now this is on the daily, but if we go to the weekly, we can kind of see what's happening. So there's a rule in, like, kind of like a given rule, and that is all gaps get filled. So a gap is like this, when the charts gap up and there's nothing to fill it. So we can see here, this gap didn't get filled, but now it has been filled. But we can see on the upside, there's now a gap here, so this will get filled. So we're expecting, I'm personally expecting a bounce off here to fill this gap, because we can see this gap was here and it got filled. So the same thing here. But then from there, I'm expecting this thing to go even further down, because look, there's a gap here. Not even one, a double gap.
It's a bunch of gaps.
There's a double gap. So I'm gonna say
That is dirty, bro.
that needs to get filled.
That is dirty.
And most people aren't seeing that because they're not zooming out. But so that would mean the Vanguard total world stock index would go down to, where's this gap level? And remember, this is on the weekly. So on the daily, this gap over here would look way bigger. So around $70. So that would put us, and remember, the VT is the total world stock market. That would put us, this is a 25% dip. This would put us around a 35% dip. So
Didn't you say 90% the other day?
for crypto. For crypto. So let's now go and do that on crypto. So let's go to the total free, which is here. Now, total free, what is that? That is all the altcoins together. So where am I expecting this to go? 90% down from the top, which is about between 80 and 90. So around here. But ideally, anyone that knows anything about trading, look what we have here. Wow. What are the chances that at the 84% level, there's a support line? Wow. You would think that this thing is like rocket science. You need to be a wizard. Also, when in reality, all you need to do is just zoom out. It's there. The writing is on the wall. So, yeah. What am I expecting? I'm expecting the entire crypto market to go down from 1 trillion and go down to 176 billion. Now that's going to mean bargains is going to be an understatement, an absolute understatement. But wouldn't it be funny and wouldn't it be a coinky dinky that when these bargains are available, the regulation happens?
Exactly that.
It wouldn't be funny, but yeah.
That would be really interesting timing, yeah.
Right? Might be perfect.
It would be really coincidental that all of a sudden this regulation comes in and now the big banks and all the big players know what they're going to do and what they can and can't do. And then they get involved in crypto at these crazily 90% discount prices. That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? But let's see. And this is just speculation. I don't know anything. This isn't facts or anything. So let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. So the Bitcoin dominance, the way that this thing works is over time, the higher the Bitcoin dominance is, it means the more people are holding Bitcoin. The lower it is, it means people are selling their Bitcoin and going into alts. Now, the very interesting thing about this most recent crash, and Dr. Hakim pointed this out before, is the Bitcoin dominance is down and the market is down. So that means people are going to cash or altcoins. But the altcoins aren't really going up. So it's a combination. So that would suggest, in my opinion, this money is going to stablecoins so that people can then buy altcoins and buy the dip. That's just, again, a theory. I'm not an expert. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, where are my price zones? Again, I don't know. Look at that really coincidental like top that we have here.
Wow.
I don't know. Is that a really good support line there?
Is that a point?
Oh, would that be an institutional selling level that then becomes a support line that then becomes an institutional buying level? Anywhere between 12,000 and 8,000. But who knows? Let's see. It might not do that. But one thing we are very likely to get right now is what's called a dead cat bounce. And hopefully we've been over these before, but hopefully you can see it a little bit better now. And now people are seeing why I only use the weekly time frame, because you can just see things so much better. You could see from a mile off that Bitcoin was going down. It's not like when it got to this area here, especially here in May, was there any doubt that Bitcoin was going down? No, it was a steady drop. It was a steady drop. It was so obvious.
Yeah.
So a dead cat bounce is when we have something like this. So the price comes down and then it gets to a level and then bounces up a little bit and then carries on going down. So the theory behind a dead cat bounce is that even if you throw a cat out of a 50-story building, it will bounce. Its dead body will go.
Yeah.
Like that. So this is what a dead cat bounce is. And we can see that right here with Bitcoin, that potentially there's space for a bit of a dead cat bounce from here up to about 27 and then back down. So let's watch out for that. However, all year I've been predicting a slightly bigger dead cat bounce. I was expecting it to go up to like 50K and then down to 12, but don't think that's happening. Now, ETH, I know you want to know about ETH. Again, the ETH dominance is crazy low. 13% right now. The ETH price, let's say it again, I've been saying it for a while. I'm expecting this thing to go to $300. And am I going to be buying ETH at $300? Yes, I will be buying ETH at $300. So let's think of this from an institutional point of view. So we now have had a confirmed date for the update for the Ethereum upgrade.
Yeah.
Now, we've said this before and we'll say it again. The Ethereum upgrade means that anyone that holds 32 ETH now becomes an Ethereum node, which means you are basically an Ethereum printing machine. So wouldn't it be a coincidence if regulation all of a sudden gets sorted and then Ethereum, instead of a node being
18, 20.
So what would it be? It would be at $300, it'd be $9,600 instead of it being $96,000.
Yeah.
Would that be a great opportunity for? And remember, the funny thing with ETH is it has no total supply.
Yeah.
So they can have literally as many nodes as they want. So when you start piecing these things together, you start going, oh, the bigger game at play. So, yeah. So let's go back to my notes on Celsius and thingy. So we did that. So ultimately, this is another reason why diversification is important. Things like Forex, things like gold, things like property rentals, so on and so forth. So the big boys, Circle and Binance, they're recruiting because they're the big boys. Now, won't be hitting us in under 220 versus Apple. That's just mostly I don't understand my own notes. But anyway, one of the things that's gonna be happening is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the United States government is going to be releasing their own stablecoin.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Now, let's just think of this again. Wouldn't that be great if they released their own stablecoin and there was a transaction fee that the US government made on every time someone used their stablecoin?
It'd be great for them, yeah.
It would be
That'd be incredible.
absolutely incredible for them.
that'd be
Now, when are people more likely around the world to use their stablecoin to buy crypto? When it's at all-time high prices, or when it's at a 90% discount?
So money. They buy up all of the coins, and then everyone else is trying to buy and get in. That they got to transact. Yeah,
They got to do it in USDC. Wow, I accidentally said USDC, but it might not be USDC. It might be.
one of them.
It might be. They might do their own thing, but it's pretty likely what might happen, being as BlackRock now own part of USDC, that they might get a special privilege and license from the government that allows them to become the official stablecoin of the United States. But we'll see if that one plays out. There is other competitors like JPM Coin. They have their own stablecoin as well that they use intrabank. So I'm expecting, we've gone over the gaps, we've gone over the ETH dominance, we've gone over, so we all know Michael Burry from the Big Short. He's been saying it for a while, that there's a big downturn expected, and when in the downturns you get the biggest bounces. So one of the things that we want to assess is, has the economy changed? Now, one of the easiest, I'm going to give you a secret to the economy indicator. There is a company out there that is a great indicator of the kind of disposable income people have. What company do you think is the best indicator as to show how much disposable income people have? Close. If you got spare money, most people got money and they want to buy some crap, just some useless stuff. Amazon
Web Services.
Amazon. So if Amazon's sales go up, what does that mean about the people's disposable income? They've got it. If Amazon's sales go down, what does that mean about people's disposable income?
They ain't got it. It's tight right now.
They ain't got it.
Yeah.
Amazon sales were at last quarter, we're up 44%. This quarter, they were only up 7%. So what does that say?
Oh, it's going down. They're tight.
It's getting tight.
Boy.
So let's talk about a little bit about Celsius now and a little bit about Terra. So first of all, what we have to note with Terra is, it might not be fact, but apparently Do Kwon pulled out 2.7 billion before Terra collapsed.
Yeah.
So if he pulled out that 2.7 billion, then geez, he's nice right now.
That's a madman move.
He might have to use plastic surgery to change his face, but yeah, with 2.7 billion, you can
do that.
You can become anyone, anywhere.
Yeah.
It's different levels. Yeah, literally. So let's go to what actually happened. So the gameplay of what apparently has happened is that BlackRock and Fidelity have their investment in Circle. Now, then what happened was BlackRock borrowed 100,000 Bitcoin from Terra. So Terra thought it was a good idea to give their competitors a loan of 100,000 Bitcoin. Before it was a good idea. Might have been. They then sold 20,000 of that Bitcoin for UST, which was the US Terra. And then they sold the remaining 75K Bitcoin, and they used it to short Terra. So they got shorted with their own money. That's deep. Now, what do you do when the people, someone's shorting you with your own assets, right? And now you've now got loans and you got to pay people out,
Oh my
but
days.
they've got your money and that's what they use to short you. It's just a sticky situation.
Jump in the river.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of the up way of the streets way of breaking this down. So let's say you're moving product on the streets, yeah, and you've got to grow, but then you owe some big gangsters, but then the biggest gangster on road goes, you know what? Give me everything you've built, yeah, and then I'll give you some of it back later. I'll look after it for you. But then this biggest gangster on road goes, you know what? I'll give you a little bit, but I don't like you, and I'm going to use the money that you've just given me and the crop that you've just given me to literally set all of the rest of the crop you got on fire. What do you do to sell your crop to pay back the other gangsters? You've got to go back to the biggest gangster and go, can you give me some of my crop back?
Yeah.
But he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, he's got no incentive to.
He's got no incentive to, because he knows you're about to die, and if you die, he gets to keep all the crop. So that is the gangster move that Blackrock did.
That is insane, bro.
So yeah, some madness happening. So they dumped that UST on Curve whilst the liquidity was moving, which caused the depeg for US Terra and USDT, and then dumped the rest of the UST on Binance, causing more depegging. And then they turned on bare bots on Reddit and Twitter. And there was someone giving us a warning sign around that time. Do you remember a certain spaceman talking about the fact that there was issues with bots on Twitter? I don't know if everybody remembers that time period. There was a period of time when Elon was trying to buy Twitter and was trying to say that there's bare bots.
80% of Twitter.
Yeah.
Is bots.
So I don't know if you can see this picture clearly. I didn't go through. Okay, basically there was a tweet that I had. I'll tweet it later. There was a tweet that I had like bare evidence of like all these bots. So what ended up happening is the same time that the bots went out, there was crazy transaction spam with high gas fees, causing people to be unable to get out. Now, one of the people that pulled out of Terra was, guess who? Celsius. So Celsius pulled out, leaving some of the other banks and the other players holding the bag. One of those players was none other than Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX. Now, we've gone over Sam Bankman-Fried already. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried comes from a family of lawyers, and his name is Sam Bankman.
Yeah.
So, guess what he did? If it's not known, we'll go over it again. We'll just share the screen on this little bit of information that is pretty public knowledge.
Yeah.
And that is that FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried's company, donor to Biden.
Yeah.
So Sam Bankman-Fried donated the second largest amount to Joe Biden's campaign. So, do you think he's got access and ability to do things, to make things happen? So, Sam Bankman-Fried has an op called Celsius. What do you think is going to happen to Celsius?
They pull that. It's gonna be like,
See you later.
Deal with them.
Yep. either Biden or someone you know,
You're not getting your donations anymore.
yeah, needs to now just sort these guys out because they did me dirty.
Mhm.
So if you go to the Twitter string, So, and if you go down to the bottom, so at the moment, Celsius has 500 million of Bitcoin locked up. Now, if Celsius gets liquidated, that 500 million goes back on the market, driving the price of Bitcoin even lower. So if that happens, that's when we get to this 13K Bitcoin, because people just panic and go crazy. So at the moment, what's happening, it would benefit and they get liquidated if the price goes down. So what do you think Sam Bankman-Fried at FTX is doing with his Bitcoin? He's selling it like a madman. He's selling it like crazy. Why? Because then that messes them up. So if we go to this, we can see that, not that one, the transactions one. We can see, I don't know if it's there, but oh no, that's the 3 hours capital stuff. But basically, Celsius are trying to send loads of money to FTX. It looks like they're sending money to FTX to have it there, but actually they're doing it to try and keep the price of Bitcoin up. So again, it's the same situation of gangsters moving mad. Like you're trying to pay the person that's trying to do you over.
Yeah.
But you can't.
And you don't have the capital to survive.
You can't do it.
Versus them.
Yeah, you can't do it.
So it's just like you're sustaining yourself for a period of time, but it's not sustainable.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You're done. It's
Might as well
finished. You just the quicker you wrap it up, the better.
Yeah.
So let's go through some of these tweets, because these tweets are wild. And this is where we always say, let's look at the CEO. Is it sharing screen? Here it is. So the CEO of Celsius is known for trying to import urea from Russia, selling Indonesian gold to Switzerland, and brokering poisonous sodium cyanide excavated in China for use by gold miners in the US. Cyanide business collapsed in 1989, and Mashinsky watched the Tiananmen Square crackdown on CNN. So, yeah, he's just involved in some shady shit. So he just likes shady shit, really. So let's go to the next tweet. This is some of the transactions from 3 Arrows Capital going off to different platforms and the value of the different tokens. But we'll come back to that or go into that in more detail later. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so this guy also claims that he made VoIP, which is voice over internet protocol. His patent for it was registered in 1995, but there was already companies making money off VoIP in 1994. He also claims, shout out to Coffeezilla for this info. He also claims that he made smart grids, ad exchanges, Twitter, Skype, the App Store, and Netflix. All of these ideas came from him. Yeah.
It sounds like the archetypal baddie in a cartoon.
It sounds literally. Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy. So let's stop judging him, because we've judged him a bit. So them crypto dons. So the whole thing with Celsius is that they're claiming to be very anti-bank. And what does a bank do? A bank takes your money, holds it, and then loans it out to other people.
Yeah.
What does Celsius do? Takes your money and then loans it out to other people. So he's trying to be like, I'm anti-bank, but he's doing the same thing. Whereas with a bank, it's insured. If it loses, you lose your money. Celsius, it's not insured.
See you later.
Yeah.
So what happens if they lose your money?
That's it.
You're done out here. Now, the way that Celsius actually works is that they're literally low. So say, for example, with a bank, when you go to withdraw your money, the money is coming back out of your account, your depositing account. With Celsius, your money's coming out of someone else's money that's put in. So if more people take their money out,
Not enough.
there's nothing there to take it out.
The last one.
And then if you've got the big boys trying to liquidate your assets and coming at you, it's going to get pretty peak.
Yeah.
So again, this is just a terrible business model. Now, one of the crazier business models was the double yield that they were offering on Celsius. So they were offering yield on Bitcoin, which is always a bit of a flag, because I always say this to people: how
Can they generate?
does Bitcoin generate yield if it doesn't have any revenue that it can give you a part of? Like,
Yeah.
where is the yield coming from?
It's just a store of value.
Yeah, if it's just, that's like saying gold generates yield. It doesn't. It's people trading the gold or using arbitrage to trade in between the prices on different platforms.
Yeah.
So the moment someone's offering you yield on gold, that means they're trading your shit.
Trying to rob Peter to pay for.
Yeah, pretty much. Either that or they've got some absolute wizards that are sick at actually trading charts.
Yeah.
Now, Celsius didn't have those trading wizards. They were just literally robbing Peter to pay Paul, but Paul had no money because Paul was using someone else's money and so on and so on and so on. So this is the problem there. So then on top of that, they borrow. Oh, the double yield situation came from the fact that what they would do is they would borrow your ETH and then give you yield on that, and then the ETH that they borrowed from you, they would then use to give to a different company to get stable coins off them, like they did with Terra, and then they would give you yield on the stable coin as well. So then they're trading this and they're trading that, and then they're borrowing this, and then they had their own token, which they would then also give you yield on that. So technically, you were getting triple yield. Like, that's like just saying that.
What?
You're just like,
Yeah.
how are you doing this? Like, where's this
Actually
coming from? So then what they did is they did it because they would just use your money that you've put on there to borrow it to other platforms.
It's just the story of a bank, man.
And one of the platforms they did that with is Steakhound. Now, what's interesting about Steakhound is they were locking up people's ETH, and you could get it back once ETH 2.0 actually happened.
Oh, wow.
But ETH 2.0 hasn't happened. So that period of time got a bit tricky. Then on top of that, Steakhound are notorious for one thing: accidentally losing keys.
Whoa.
So
wild.
So this platform is losing people's keys, and you're going to put money that's not yours and ETH that's not yours with them until ETH 2.0 comes out. That's just red flags. So that's the Steakhound problem. Then on top of that, they had money in a DAO called Badger DAO, which all of these DAOs were a madness and just a guaranteed way to lose money, and were literally robbing Peter to pay Paul. And in that DAO, they, instead of staying in the DAO to receive their reward for the lockup time, they took the money out early, which meant that the rewards that they should have got, they didn't get, which means that now some of your yield that you were saying you were going to do, you now can't do. So now you're short on your yield. So what you're going to have to do is fake it and just pay people just to keep people happy. Yep. So one of the other warning signs was a 281% increase in staff in a year. Let's look at some of the staff that they hired. So they had let me just read this. So my thing, let's look at the team. Some head of lending that's good at handling the back office. Now, the head of institutional lending at Celsius Network managed a book of 300 million in Bitcoin assets that resulted in 2.2 billion in loans. Now, she was previously a marketing assistant, and she proved herself, and by doing well in Celsius's back office, and then got promoted to being the head of lending.
Just a regular
marketing.
Now, let me tell you what this girl did before. I'm not judging her.
But from marketing.
But she used to be a porn star.
Oh, swear.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying that let's look at the team.
Just read the words. She quickly proved herself as much more helpful.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
In the back office.
Back office.
And became the head of lending. That's all I'm saying.
Lending a helping hand.
Yeah, and she got a promotion. Now, the other person was the CFO. So let's look at the CFO. So Yaron Shalem, the CFO of crypto lender, CFO is Chief Financial Officer, was arrested whilst on the job at Celsius for money laundering.
Wow.
So this shows their recruitment was, for me personally, the moment I've got my money in a platform and any kind of article comes out saying that the Chief Financial Officer has been arrested on the job for money laundering, I'm taking my money out then. Like, bye, gone.
As soon as you finish reading the article, yeah.
Exactly.
No,
As soon as
finished, bro.
bye, see you later. So let's go to the other one. It gets worse. So the other person was their Chief Revenue Officer, launched a business with a convicted money launderer whilst working at Celsius. Why are you the Chief Revenue Officer of a multi-million, potentially billion-dollar company, and you're rolling with these kind of cats?
That is a mess, bro. They're all just a mess.
So I don't know. The writing's just on the wall, in my opinion, for these companies. Now, surprise, surprise. The ultimate surprise is, guess who has shares in Celsius? None other than Tether. Now, what's interesting about Tether is they back up their USDT, not one for one, not that it's every $1
No,
equals $1.
it's over 70%.
It's what they do is they go, look, we're not going to back up $1 with $1. We're going to back it up with shares that we have in other companies.
No.
Do you see where this is going?
Mess.
Just on a rabbit hole.
If Celsius collapses, that's
That collapse.
then Tether.
And they're getting sharp. Goodbye.
So this was the maddest move by Circle and BlackRock. You just have to, yeah, they're the big bad guys, but at the end of the day, they're the big bad guys. But
That was a move.
But the guys that they're dealing with
Bad as well.
are bad,
Yeah.
but just not even trying to like be cool about it. They're just
Face, just do what they're doing.
yeah, and expecting nothing to happen. So
Wow.
yeah, so that was today's episode of the game. I hope you've got some game in this episode. I personally think that was some game. I personally think I gave some insight there into.
There's a little something in there, bro. Yeah.
Like, okay, this is what's going on in
That's really what's
on both
going
the
on.
fundamental and the technical side of why it's very likely that we could go down to 13K in Bitcoin price,
Yeah.
because it benefits those with the money. It benefits everybody. It just benefits everybody. Nobody loses. The only way you lose if Bitcoin and the markets go down is if you sell what you've invested.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you've lost, because now you've sold at a loss. So the ultimate thing you have to understand with this game is it's not a loss until you've sold. It's not profit until you've sold.
Facts.
Period.
Done.
So obviously that's not financial advice, but sell when you want to sell. So yeah, let's go and have some questions.
Yeah.
So shout out AJ. We haven't had you in a while.
Hey, everyone.
What up? The chair of the board. AJ is the chair of the board of Blockchain Sensei. If
You
you
get
didn't
the chair creaking.
Huh?
Did you enjoy today's episode?
Yes, that was interesting because there's been so much stuff circulating about Celsius and Luna, and it's kind of hard to figure out who to believe and what to believe because literally anyone can say anything. But then, yeah, your sort of theory and your options that you presented, that was really interesting.
Thank you. The way I see it is,
It's crazy how like this huge money is being moved around by the whales, essentially just ruling the market.
yep. But when you take a look at the bigger macro picture of why they would want the price to be low, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes too much sense. Like, why would they want to start getting Ethereum nodes at 39,000 an ETH?
Yeah.
when you can get them at 300 ETH?
Yeah. Simple.
If you have the power to do that,
Yeah.
why would you not do that?
You wouldn't. Yeah, you would. You're always gonna make things go in your favor. It's just nature.
Yeah. If you know you have the power to do that as well, then even more likely.
Yep. And then in terms of like believing, like who's the bad guy, who's the whatever, I always say you can assess somebody by the company that they keep. And if Celsius are recruiting people like that, like,
Exactly.
Anyone, but you're recruiting gangsters.
you're recruiting people that are doing money laundering, like previously and currently,
Yeah.
and porn stars.
Yes.
Like, I got nothing wrong with recruiting porn stars because everybody deserves an opportunity to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But I just
You'd
don't
be saying
know.
the same thing if it was a janitor or a
Yeah,
man or
it's the same thing.
anything not related to finance.
Yeah.
Why
But-
have you got that job?
If you're dealing with billions of pounds,
Yeah.
if it'd be okay if it's billions of pounds of your money, hire who you want, but it's billions of pounds of other people's money. You can't just be hiring people because you like them or because they've done a bit of a good job for
The back
2-3 years. Like, if you're dealing with billions of pounds, you need to be hiring people that have been in the game for 5-10 years
minimum.
Yeah. But yeah. AJ, you got any questions for us? Because you've always got good questions.
Yeah, I've got a question about what's your prediction when it comes to the bear market, because everyone says it might actually be a bit longer than initially anticipated. So it might be quite a few years before we're going to see a bull market.
Oh, I'm hoping so.
What would be your prediction? I mean, obviously, shopping spree and it's all good, but I'm just curious about what you think, how long it's going to take, like 3 years, 5 years.
Let's go now. Nah, it's not gonna be free. It's not gonna be 5. No way. It's not gonna be free either.
More like 2.
Might not even be 2. It depends on how quickly this stablecoin gets implemented.
Yeah.
If the stablecoin gets implemented by the US government, oh, trust me, these markets are gonna run up.
Yeah.
They're gonna run up like crazy.
Yeah.
Because
legitimacy and everyone's just gonna.
Yep, it gives it the legitimacy. It's the US government, and then it solves all of the US government's problems in terms of we're the US government. Everyone's angry that we keep printing money. But now, if with a stable coin, they have a literal reason to just keep printing money.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's literally like it's the perfect answer.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody can argue it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think of a reason why printing more stable coins is bad. If you're the US government, like, it's just not like it's just good. Like, and it just stops the competition from China. It stops it solves so many of their problems are solved just by them having their own stable coin. It's crazy what it does. So I'm expecting, so I've got this here. This dip was meant to happen in 2023, but if it's not happening in 2023, and it's going to happen a little bit by now, I'm expecting this bear market to last. Let's have a look. See. So this time period here, really, when we hit the bottom, to there, to when things started turning around, was a year. Is that 343 days? Yeah, about 200 to 300 days, I'd say. So a year max.
Okay.
But it could be 6 months, because the reason I'm saying it could be 6 months is because we've not had the altcoins run up. And there's a lot of projects with a lot of utility that benefit a lot of governments and benefit a lot of big players like Google, like Apple, like Amazon, that they need them to run up. They need to put the money into them. So this is where I'm thinking.
Any off the top of your head?
Flow. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. Proppy, which is backed by the World Economic Forum, which is their property investment token. Who else? And then Polkadot, just because it's Polkadot. Obviously XRP, obviously. Yeah, just the fairly obvious. I think I put it in the group the other day about what I look for in a crypto that's going to be here to stay. Number one, does it make revenue?
Yeah.
If you're investing in a crypto that has no revenue model, then it's not a business. Then what are you investing in? You're investing in an idea. It needs to have a provable and current revenue model. Polkadot has a revenue model because they sell the parachains for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Ethereum has a revenue model because they have gas fees. So they're making money hand over fist. Proppy has a revenue model because they take a transaction fee when people buy the NFT properties. So you just got to look for things that work.
Where they got our money coming into.
Yeah, they got money coming in regardless of the market.
Yeah.
So regardless of the market, Ethereum is probably the one that's affected by it. But let's say, for example, SIA. I always use SIA as a great example. The decentralized cloud storage. Regardless of if the market's down, if I'm using SIA, am I going to stop using my my decentralized cloud storage because the market's down? No, I'm still going to be using it. So the revenue is going to be the SIA is the best example of that house analogy that I was saying. Like, you've got your extension. Just because there's a flood in the road doesn't mean I'm not cooking if I put my kitchen in the extension, I'm still cooking in my extension, in it. So like, why is my house devalued? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But that's what I would say, is to look for assets like that. Let's go for shout out to you, AJ. Let's go to man like George Brown, back with the tan.
Hey, welcome back, brother.
Thank you. I'm a bit tired and worn out, so I've not got my camera on, but yeah, chilling.
I've got a great hangover cure. I've got a great jet lag cure for you.
Oh yeah? To be honest, I don't know if it's jet lag. I just can't be asked being back in England.
Oh, no, there's nothing we can do about that. If it was a jet lag cure, I would have said what you do is you do 4 shots of Rare Nephews.
I tell you right back.
Gone, brother. Gone.
Take 4 shots. We skip the dance all on and
yeah, that'll definitely sort you
right back.
You will be sleeping.
Yeah.
It
was blessed. We'll have to catch up properly, innit?
Definitely.
26, bro, come through.
Tell you the stories.
Yeah, man. Have you enjoyed today's episode?
I mean, yeah, because I would value it, and it's good to understand what's happening, but it's just sad hearing it again because I've got money stuck in Celsius, so I'm a dickhead.
Oh no!
So I'm the dickhead. So.
Oh, you had money in Celsius.
Well, not in the coin, but like stored in there.
In the platform.
Yeah.
Oh, was this back when they were doing that £50 referral code thing?
Yeah, I've had it since like basically I've had some stuff stored in Celsius since I've got into crypto almost, like right from the beginning. And I've never seen any of the stuff, like all the information. But to be honest, I have been pretty chilled out.
Yo, bro, you gotta put your stuff in your own wallet.
The worst bit is, I swear you bought Ninja Ledger. I swear that's what happened.
You know, so like when I'm the dickhead, I'll say I'm the dickhead. I'm the donkey. I'm the donkey of the day right there. Take me for the example, but yeah.
Wow,
bro, I don't even know what to say to you on that one.
There we go. Come through with the goals sometimes, but still fall in the shit in other times. So.
Wow, that's a crazy situation, bro.
The balance of life. The balance.
A man gave a ledger to someone else,
bro.
Didn't use one for yourself.
Oh, that's mad.
Yeah. We need to lower the price on those things. No, I'm joking. To be honest, it's priceless.
Right. You know why this is great? Because it's a lesson for anyone listening.
Yep.
Hopefully people learn from that mistake from you and go, nah,
But I didn't even. I don't know how I missed all the shit about like the team and stuff. Like, how the fuck did I not know that? Like, when did you know?
That's your category, bro. That's your bag.
Yeah, I know. Like, normally I would know that shit. I don't know if I've just been tuned out for that entire time since that stuff came out, but I don't know.
Mad.
Yeah. Oh wow, broski.
Yeah.
You live and you learn. You live and you
All
learn.
right. I'm not paying. Hopefully they open it back up. Fucking hell. Do you think I'll ever be able to take my money out again?
Bro, they're selling their assets that they don't own
To banks.
to bank. so yeah, bro. I don't know if they got you.
I don't know.
I don't know if they got you or not, bro. But yeah, that's what's going on right now, man.
Yeah.
It seems so legit. It seems so legit.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, now we're gonna rely on you to do deep dives into teams and CEOs.
Yeah. That's what I actually need to do.
Do you know Eddie Moon on YouTube?
Eddie Moon.
Yeah.
No? What's he saying?
He's basically heavily in Celsius, and he's basically getting a lot of margin calls on all his on his loans on Celsius, and he's actually allowing himself to be liquidated so he can actually then take out the money. And then instead of paying back the money that he would do to provide more liquidity, he's actually defaulting on his loans and then taking what he can then and putting it back into crypto now.
Okay, yeah. That might be the only way.
That's mad.
Yeah.
But that's horrible to have to do that.
Yeah.
Fucked. Can you do that? Shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, have a look on YouTube. There's probably a lot of guys trying to figure this out, trying to get one around them, probably.
Wow. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I can't be arsed. Fucking hell.
Yeah, let me read this comment from Janaea. I can't use my mic today, guys, but this episode was definitely full of game. I was definitely waiting on this episode because when I saw my Coinbase note saying ETH reached 900, I was like, yeah, boy, there goes Mr. Harding with the facts. We called it.
There you go. Right.
We called it.
There you go.
And apparently you need to be some expert wizard to call it. But you
don't.
really don't. Like,
No.
I showed you all, like, you just literally zoom out. Like, it's that simple. But nobody does it. And I don't understand, like, why people are obsessed with just not zooming out. It just makes this game so easy. Like, especially if you go to the monthly. Let's go to the monthly. Look how obvious this is. Like, it's just obvious.
Right there. Very clear.
You think it's gonna have a little bounce back up, a dead cat thing?
Yeah, and then down. Because then this trend line, if you look at it, is here. So a little bounce from here up to here. Boop. Down like that. So let me draw it in what I'm thinking on ETH. Where's the pen? Where's the pen? Where's the pen? Pen? Oh no, that's not the pen.
I swear it's,
Where's the pen gone?
I swear it's that. You can change it. Oh, no.
Stay in drawing mode. No, that's not the pen.
Yeah, that's not.
I swear it was here. Oh no, it's where the square is. Here we go. All right, cool. So what I'm expecting is this little bounce up like this, then down, then a little one.
Let's do a broken leg, bro.
That's it. That's what's gonna happen. I'm still expecting some kind of lawsuit or something to come for ETH. Because these XRP DOMs aren't gonna just sit down and take it. If they bust case, yo, the first man they're coming for is ETH.
Yeah.
First man.
Thanks.
I'm telling you.
Thanks.
So yeah, bro, it's all just gangster shit. That's all that's happening. Let's next go to Cherry. Cherry, how you doing?
Hi, good evening. It's Tiffany. Sorry, it still says Cherry. That's my daughter whenever she used to use it for her Zoom classes. So yeah, today was a great session. I don't really have much questions, to be honest. I'm just trying to follow along, understanding the technical analysis in terms of the trend lines on the charts, and you're doing a good job of explaining. So yeah, I really appreciate today.
No worries. Thank you very much. I will ultimately always say, just zoom out. Just literally, if you just use the monthly time frame, you will be miles ahead of so many other time traders. But it just means that you can't trade all the time. You can't trade every day. But you don't want to trade every day anyway. So what is wrong with using the monthly and the weekly time frame?
Exactly.
But people just don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it.
Like, it's just very easy. I mean, let me show you guys the S&P 500 on the monthly time frame. And you're gonna be like, oh, well, that was pretty obvious. So this is the monthly time frame on the S&P 500. Oh. Again, it's just so much easier to see. And then I'm going to show you a trick here. You switch to the Heikin-Ashi candles. Boom. And that is literally, you can't, you literally can't get more easier to spot trend lines.
Oh, you can't see the screen. Or I can't see the screen.
Oh, hang on a minute.
You have to change it back.
So let me go back from the Heikin-Ashi. So this is normal candles. And what the Heikin-Ashi does is it rounds off the candles to match the trend. So it gives you a better indication of what the trend is. So if you use the Heikin-Ashi in the monthly,
Can't go wrong.
can you see how obvious these trends are? Can you see how obvious this downtrend was? It's so obvious, this downtrend with the Heikin-Ashi. And then you just take it off. It shows you again what's actually going on. So yeah, that right there is a
Changer.
that's £100 lesson right there, me showing you the Heikin-Ashi. That's a straight £100 lesson. You all owe me peas, fam. Where's my peas, blood? Don't make me start moving like Blackrock. Nah, jokes. Love you all. Love you all. So next, let's go to Devon. Got a question? You've been joined.
I don't really have a question. I was just listening in. All good game, to be honest.
Thank you. No questions whatsoever.
No, honestly, like you kind of answered my questions. I was just kind of like looking for prices on ETH and Bitcoin. Kind of just trying to snipe those. I'm just kind of once I get a good amount of ETH, I want to like invest in some projects. I was looking at Enigma Economy, and that's on the ETH. But I mentioned on Friday like the Solana project I was looking at, but I don't think I'll probably do it because like of the Solana like issues going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Solana. Yeah. I would yeah. Just watch out for them. Next we'll thank you for that though, bro. Next we'll go to Mr. Matthew Mint. What are you saying, broski?
Hello, how's it going?
All good, broski. Always good.
I don't have any questions today. It was a good old episode, covered a lot of ground. Yeah, with the Celsius thing, I completely anticipate that'll be the undoing of Tether as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just getting the popcorn out, waiting for the drop, and putting the jams on, and just getting my money ready for that green buy button.
Yeah, man, 100%, man, 100%. So we got a question on Sol. What's wrong with Sol is that I gave a great metaphor on this the other day, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sol is like, it's like, oh yeah, that's the best way of putting it. Sol is like liposuction. So they've lost the weight and they've got the trim and they're looking all good and they're moving all fast with their fast transactions, but their arteries are dirty. They're clogged. They're blocked. They can't do the 10K. Solana's done out here, bro. You make Solana try and do a 10K run, crash, collapse, block up. And it's not even happened once. It keeps doing it. It keeps having these mini heart attacks. Solana's chest can't handle it, fam. Can't handle it. They didn't build it right. They got a little liposuction, thought that it would help them to move fast and agile. But nah, fam. You gotta go gym. You can't just have little liposuction and then start running marathons. It can't cut them corners, fam. Don't work, bro. So yeah, bro. Someone needs to cut that up and put it out there for Solana. Let them send their ops for me.
Wow.
So that's that one. Yo, so sorry, what you saying, bro?
I'm chatting to them guys this week. Wow. Salute.
What's good? What's good? Trying to unmute. So sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing good. I'm just here tapping back into the game and everything. I think you saw a message from me before. I've been tapped out for a minute. However, not all lost because that tapping out was me getting some capital gains. Now I'm tapping back in because that shit got flipped. Time to make some money. We about to go in. So yeah, we're gonna see what's up.
That's it, bro. That's it. And I'm sure we're gonna hear some announcements from these institutions. The moment this regulation comes in, boy, we're gonna hear some wild announclements. But like what always happens when we get these wild announcements, nobody seems to think that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like again, let me show another one. Let me just show one more piece of game of using this house extension as an analogy. So we've already done it with Flow, so I'm not going to do it with Flow anymore because people are going to start thinking I'm getting paid by them. So let's do it with Theta, right? So Theta. Great example. Theta and Engine are great examples because all they're doing is announcing new partnerships. So Engine announced their partnership with Ubisoft. Gala announced a partnership with Epic Games.
Yeah.
So let's just think. If you get a partnership with Epic Games, what's going to happen to your revenue? It's going up, fam. It's going up differently. Same thing with Theta. Look at their partnerships. Like, regardless of what's happening in the world on the price of computer games, people are still watching these things and using these things. It's still gonna go up. Is the amount of nodes they have going up? Yes. These kind of partnerships, Google, Sony, Samsung, come on.
Yeah.
Like, and these guys have validator nodes.
Yeah.
Google, Sony, and Samsung have validator nodes, but the price is down. I think this classes as having an extension, a loft conversion, and a bloody solar panels on your roof, and just everyone going, no, it's done, and then also having the CEO of YouTube on your board, like
casual,
you know. But you know, it's what it is. So yeah, that's that one. Thank you very much, broski. Last but not least, man that joined us last, the man at our Mr. Zishan Haroon.
Brother, I didn't know that you eat food, Zishan, man. It's weird to see you eat, bro.
Hey, what's happening, everyone? Hope you're well.
What's good, Zishan?
Yeah, bro, I thought he just ate 50-pound notes.
Right?
we all gotta eat, you know.
Fairs. He actually eats food, bro.
Right?
I thought it was gold bars only.
No, I've just joined literally 10 minutes ago because I've just got
you might like this episode, bro.
We'll have to catch it on the replay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But any questions on anything, bro? Before we
No, I don't have any questions. No.
Okay. No worries. Right, guys, we're gonna end that one there. Thank you very much. Love. Appreciate you all. Please do us a massive favor. Go to the YouTube, like and comment, and just put game in the comment section of the YouTube because it helps more people find us. Thank you very much, guys.
Many
Love.
blessings.
See you in a bit.
Take care, guys.